ID at Xbox is finally here. IGN and Xbox teamed up to bring you an exclusive look at some of the most exciting upcoming indie games in a showcase jam-packed with new trailers, never-before-seen gameplay, and more. Followed by a special episode of IGN's weekly Xbox show, Podcasts Unlocked.
What's happening, friends? Welcome to Podcasts Unlocked.
With deeper dives on some of the coolest games. And you won't have to miss a second of it because the 2024 ID at Xbox Showcase kicks off right this second. ID at Xbox is finally here. IGN and Xbox teamed up to bring you an exclusive look at some of the most exciting upcoming indie games in a showcase jam-packed with new trailers, never-before-seen gameplay, and more. Followed by a special episode of IGN's weekly Xbox show, Podcasts Unlocked.
What's happening, friends? Welcome to Podcast Unlocked.
With deeper dives on some of the coolest games. And you won't have to miss a second of it because the 2024 ID at Xbox Showcase kicks off right this second.
Hello and welcome to the 2024 ID at Xbox Showcase live on IGN. We just kicked things off with a brand new look at Aster, Blade of the Monolith.
It's just the first of many awesome games we'll be checking out today. We're going to be showing off a ton of great indies that will be making their way to Xbox and PC in the near future.
We'll be revealing some never-before-seen games, plus taking closer looks at some of the most anticipated upcoming releases and doing a few live Let's Plays so you can see these games in action.
And when is all this happening exactly?
Oh, that's the best part, Damon. It's happening right now!
Here's 33 Immortals.
Immortals is a 33-player co-op action roguelike game, where you pick up your controller and go on epic raids in increasingly difficult regions. Your goal is to fight and survive together with as many players as possible in each region. There are plenty of ways to cooperate, stick together, heal each other, fight together, revive one another. Only together will you eventually unlock the Ascension battle. Then, with your allies, ascend to the region's final arena and challenge that region's massive boss. The first rule to success: bring with you as many players as possible. Lucifer is Inferno's big boss, and he is brutal. Cooperation, fighting together, is the key to defeating Lucifer. If there are 33 of you, that will give you the best chance at victory. But don't despair if there are fewer. Fortune favors the bold. Second, avoid his deadly attacks. Frozen Hate, Last Betrayal, and Eternal Sorrow will deal unavoidable, unblockable damage if you're caught in the area of effect. Third, know your weapons. Take advantage of each player's unique skills and weapons to tackle Lucifer's formidable challenges, whether they're his own attacks or those done by his minions. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, stick together and cooperate. Use your co-op powers wisely. Your group's collective strength is essential to defeating our powerful boss and unlocking access to the next region, which will not only feature tougher enemies, but also tougher bosses. More to come on those new regions and bosses real soon.
That was 33 Immortals, an action roguelike that lets you squad up with 32 friends.
Finally, a co-op game for popular people like me that have exactly 32 friends.
It's weird that you counted, but I'm happy for you, I guess.
It sounds like I'm about to have 31 friends, Kim.
Hey guys, come on, we're all pals here. And you know where else you'll find some pals?
Pal World! Yes!
Well, yeah, so much for the surprise. Anyway, here's what's next for Pal World.
Hello, little bird. Goodbye, Velvet Cove. I'll soon be flying away, too.
I've got a feeling I can't explain.
is Swan Holloway. And if you find this video, it's because I'm dead.
We just got a tease of what's coming to Pal World, and we got brand new looks at Commando's Origins, Centum Lost Record, Bloom and Rage, and Keylocker right here on ID at Xbox, live on IGN.
We're only just getting started here, and we have a ton more indie game trailers and gameplay to check out. But be sure to stick around after for a live episode of IGN's weekly Xbox show, Podcast Unlocked.
But right now, we need to take a quick break. Stick around. ID at Xbox continues after this.
ID at Xbox is presented by Xfinity. Stay ahead of the game with Xfinity's blazing fast speeds and smooth, low-lag connection.
The Cinefix Top 100. A list so secretive even we don't know what movies are on it or where they rank.
What do you mean you don't know?
Each episode will reveal one of the movies.
Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed it. That was good. I liked it.
Talk about why it belongs and finally find out where it ranks.
Are you not entertained?
Are any of the movies we've shown here even on the list? I have no idea, and it drives me crazy. Join us as we find out on the Cinefix Top 100, Mondays, starting July 3rd.
Why so serious?
IGN Playlist is the best way to track your game collection. Now you can even import your entire Steam library to Playlist, making it easier than ever to review games, show off your collection to the world, and finally chip away at that massive backlog you keep meaning to get to. IGN Playlist, check it out.
Behind every game, movie, and TV show you love is a wild, crazy, and sometimes unbelievable story.
No one is just black and white.
From revealing the secrets behind your favorite franchises to solving a legendary video game mystery,
I'm coming for you.
IGN Inside Stories gives you a peek behind the curtain.
If people come to the game now and see what's going on there, I think they'll be surprised.
Join us as we dive into hyper-dedicated fan bases, worldwide phenomenons, and the most incredible untold tales in games and entertainment.
I said, wait a minute, that doesn't sound so good.
It was definitely not what I expected in the best way.
Inside Stories, available now only on IGN.
And I was like, holy shit, we're gonna do this. Want the ultimate IGN experience? Check out IGN Plus. Members get exclusive deals and giveaways, ad-free browsing, unlimited tracking on IGN Maps, discounts at the IGN store and with IGN partners, and best of all, free games. Get 30 days of IGN Plus for just $1. Head to plus.ign.com.
Hey, do you like arcade kart racers but wish there were more karts on the track? Like, I don't know, say 60 of them? Well, coming up, there's a game just for you.
Do you like Jackbox party games but wish that they made one that was only for adults and no kids allowed? Well, coming up, there's a game just for you.
Do you like dancing, but you're also a violent person? Well, coming up, there's a game just for you.
And do you like exciting world premieres that you've never seen before until now? Well, coming up, yes, there's a game just for you.
If you answered yes to any or all of those questions, coming up, there's a bunch of games
just for you.
Times and galaxy, a solar system to explore. Times and galaxy, arts, politics, and more. From every planet to meteor, space is a lonely void. We've got the whole thing covered, from the trash heaps of Og to places undiscovered. Meet Gravity and Copybot, let Arwen be your guide. Yara Scoop and Billy Scoop, so please won't you subscribe? To Times and Galaxy, scan your logs for the best quotes. Times and Galaxy, hope you're good at taking notes. Now get your assignment and let's go.
You just saw trailers for Stampede, Racing Royale, the Jackbox Naughty Pack, Time and Galaxy, and Sulphur. 4 unique indie flavors that taste great together.
Unless you try and play all 4 of those games at the same time, which is not the recommended way to enjoy them.
Yeah, we're always looking out for you here at the 2024 ID at Xbox Showcase. It's the least we can do. And now, more indie games.
Hi, this is Peter, the head of production at Massive Damage, and I'm going to show you a little bit of our upcoming game, Farah, The Sundered Tribes. If you haven't seen Farah before, it's a combination of co-op monster hunting, open-world survival craft, and a tribal colony sim with a heavy focus on aerial mechanics. This is my village here. This is where I manage my tribe and where they craft all the equipment and potions and weapons and food, all the stuff that we need to survive in Farah. We're out of harm's way here. We live on a magical floating island. It's surrounded by friendly sky whales, but when I go to the underland below, that's when things get a little bit more interesting. The world of Farah is designed to be kind of a jungle gym for our aerial mechanics. You can chain together moves of gliding and tethering to achieve really fast speeds, and it's a lot of fun to see your friends zipping around you, soaring in the air like your fighter jets. But right now we're on a mission to track down a Groktuks egg, which we've located here. This is going to involve us fighting a large Groktuk, so you can see a little bit of how combat works. Our combat design also retains that aerial focus, so in addition to physical attacks, our monsters also attack you with elemental bullet hell style barrages, which sort of test your mastery of Farah's aerial mechanics. In addition, you can also cling to the monsters and attack their different body parts, and even saw off craftable trophies mid-combat. But as I mentioned, today I am on a hunt for a Groktuks egg, so while my friends have him distracted, I'm gonna go find it. When the time is right, I'll be able to hatch the egg, and I'll gain a new addition to my beast menagerie, who I can then bring into the Underland to help me out in all sorts of ways. So that's a little snippet of what makes up our game. If you like what you see and you want to find out more, give us a wishlist and follow us at playfarah.com.
May the eyes 息を合わせて All you need is help All をこいで You need とない今 Is とつないだ Help お手伝いよろしくね手を挙げて目で合図息を合わせて All you need is help All みんなで You need も何度も Is と遊んで Help わからないことだらけ、手を挙げて目で合図息を合わせて All you need is help, help, help
We still have a ton more surprises up ahead right here on IGN Xbox and IGN. Can we tease one of them?
Like, make fun of them in rude or mean ways? Like, spread a vicious rumor about them on the playground? I don't know why you'd want to do that to any of the games here today. None of them have done anything to deserve that. After all, isn't teasing just a less mean version of bullying?
I mean, tease one of the games we're going to show later, as in the show, reveal a part of a surprise, like a clue. You know what? Forget it. It's Vampire Survivors. We're going to show you new stuff coming to the hit game, Vampire Survivors. Does that work for you?
Oh yeah, it's way better. I love that game.
Well, I'm glad you two worked that out. Anyways, don't forget to stick around after the showcase for a very special ID at Xbox post-show edition of Podcast Unlocked, IGN's weekly Xbox show. But first, here's a whole bunch of upcoming indie games coming to Xbox, including one you can play today. Take a look.
Truly conquer the darkness. If it returns, night after night, the formidable Wardens of the North, hailed vanquishers of the Dark Wings, feared not. Tirelessly they trained generation after generation, ready for that fateful day when the shadows will reclaim their bloody reign. Alas, we never have as long as we dare hope. As Arlo, son of Eivor, prepare to embark on an epic quest across the vast realms of the Northern Wastes to purge your lands of the darkness once and for all. But you won't defeat Count Kazak and his dreaded Sky Scorchers alone. Unite the disparate clans of the realm, rebuild Winter's Edge to an all-new glory, and forge the very weapons of legend. Though remember, the stronger the light, the darker the shadow. Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter. Wishlist now.
So you want to hear about Hangry? Sure. Well, he's a hunter, a loner, probably out there in the marshes right now trying to work off his debt to Chef Gutra. His appetite gets him in places you don't want to be. And those toes might be biting off more than they could chew. Hangry's gotta hunt vicious beasts on dangerous worlds, keep his cravens under control, and get the cargo back here to Gutra's Diner, a new spot in our shiny Zeta City. When you are in here, keep a sharp eye on the goons hanging around. They got ways of dealing with troublemakers. So, watch what you eat, if you know what I mean.
That was a look at the upcoming indie games Tales of Iron 2, Hangry, Promise Mascot Agency, and a ton of upcoming releases from Gamera Games, which will all be hitting Game Pass day one.
The Rewinder is available on Xbox Game Pass as of, well, today, so keep an eye out for it. And coming up, a closer look at something Xbox is partnering with called the IGN Initiative.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Triple I. You know, like AAA, but with I for indie.
Are you sure? That doesn't really roll off the tongue like IGN.
Well, here's an informative video to hopefully set the record straight. That was a look at some of the featured games from the Triple I Initiative, all of them coming soon to Xbox.
Next up, we're checking out an action RPG that has players embarking on a nice, relaxing vacation in the Austrian Alps.
My lovely vacations don't usually involve dungeons, personally, but who am I to judge? Let's do some sightseeing in Dungeons of Hinterberg. You can book your trip to tour the Dungeons of Hinterberg today. It's now available for pre-order.
Up next, most survival games require players to collect materials and harvest resources so they can craft stuff to defend themselves. This next one, not so much. In fact, you don't even have to push any buttons.
Here's what's coming next to the horrifyingly addictive indie smash hit Vampire Survivors. Check it out.
Quadruple A update is our most ambitious yet. Hyper-realistic holiday-themed characters. Immersive door-opening action. World premiere train mechanics. genre-defining kart racing, fully rendered running animations. Laboratory update out now.
And that's a wrap on this year's ID at Xbox Showcase, but we're not finished just yet. Although the showcase part of the ID at Xbox Showcase is coming to a close, that doesn't mean we don't have more to showcase you. That sounded weird. Either way, we showed you a bunch of awesome games today, but now it's time to actually play them.
Up next, we're taking a deeper dive into some of the awesome games for today's ID at Xbox: Aster, Blade of the Monolith, and Hangry, the ARPG that mixes food and violence.
See, trailers are great, but we can't wait to show you how those games actually play. And after those game demos, be sure to stick around for our official Podcast Unlocked post-show, breaking down all the biggest announcements, reveals, and trailers we showed you on ID at Xbox today.
Oh, and if you want to get your hands on some awesome upcoming games, catch even more trailers, hang out with the IGN crew in person, and check out new reveals from some of the biggest names in games and entertainment, IGN Live is the place to be.
IGN Live is happening this June 7th through 9th at the Magic Box in Los Angeles, and we want to see you there. Head on down to ign.com/live for more info and to get your tickets before they're gone.
I'll be there. Thanks for watching this year's ID at Xbox Showcase. Now keep watching for more Hangry, Aster, Blade of the Monolith, and of course, our Podcast Unlocked post-show. Stick around.
ID at Xbox is presented by Xfinity. Stay ahead of the game with Xfinity's blazing fast speeds and smooth, low-lag connection.
Grand Theft Auto 6. It's been a long and winding road leading to the biggest video game of all time, but it's still so far away.
Trust?
Trust. But don't worry, IGN has just the thing to pass the time until Rockstar turns us loose in Leonida, GTFM. A brand new original show all about GTA. Tune in for hard-hitting Grand Theft Auto 6 analysis.
Who is Jason anyways?
The internet's biggest and most out-there fan theories.
I would make the argument that based on the universe, it's actually not Lucia.
Interviews with the most infamous stars of past Grand Theft Auto games.
Call me Franklin, all y'all want to say, or Mr. Clinton.
And so much more.
We are back.
For everything GTA, it's GTFM. Only on IGN.
Have you ever been stuck on the same quest for just way too long? IGN strategy guides and interactive maps are here to help. IGN guides are trusted by millions, easy to use, and of course, free. You can even track your progress with handy checklists if you go for 100%, just like we do. IGN has the very best, most complete and accurate guides for The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Hogwarts Legacy, and so much more. Every guide is tested and verified for you by experts. Just search for IGN.
This summer, IGN is hosting a huge in-person event, and we want you there with us. IGN Live is bringing the VIP experience to you, the fans. We've got trailer reveals with brand new gameplay from the hottest games, hands-on game demos for you to play, live tapings of your favorite IGN shows, contests, prizes, cosplay, interactive activations, photo and video opportunities. Most importantly, there will be tons and tons of video games.
Now join our crew for IGN Live from June 7th to 9th at Magic Box in downtown LA. Tickets available now.
Welcome back to ID at Xbox Live on IGN. I'm Damon Hadfield, and right now my good friend Kim and I are taking a look at Aster, Blade of the Monolith. So Kim, what's the deal with Aster, Blade of the Monolith? What kind of game is this?
This is an action slasher. It reminds me a lot of The Legend of Zelda, in more than just aesthetics. So...
We are Aster?
Yes, this is Aster. This is what I want to... Oh, I have the blaster. Okay. I got the Aster blaster.
You said hack and slash. You didn't say blast and slash.
I mean, I prefer blasting, but it's pretty finite.
So what's the deal? You're Aster, it's a hack and slash game. Do you know what this sort of conflict is, what the objective is?
Yes, so this is a post-human society. And I'm kind of discovering how to get hit by a shovel. But also, the character is kind of discovering through ruins and different relics everything about human society and what led to their creation. So from what I understand, the characters are all made of like inorganic materials, like stone and wood, and the humans created them, but the humans are all gone now. So they're just trying to figure out what their deal is, like we all are, right?
That's a very human story. And I do want to acknowledge that I'm asking you to talk and explain the game to me while you play it in combat, and which is...
And I feel not confident.
This is a big boy.
Yeah, he's pretty big. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, first I'm going to heal.
It's just not fair.
Then I'm going to run over here and get this person with projectiles, because I don't like that.
Came out first.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I want those because they help me buy things, and it's all about capitalism.
Yeah, take this guy out too, and then focus on the big guy.
Whoa.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, okay, okay. No!
Yeah, usually getting behind these
shield
works.
Huh? Okay. All right, you come over here.
Is there a lock-on system?
No. That's,
Can make things difficult.
If there is, it's not in this demo. Shield.
Oh, you got a parry system in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every now and then I get it. I don't always get it, but when I do. Didn't get it then. He dead. I did it. I need some more health. I'm gonna go hit this crystal.
The green crystals are for health?
Yes. Okay. The red crystals are for currency that I can use to buy upgrades for myself. So I could improve my shield. What was that?
I think you tripped on a rock or something.
You could trip on a rock? That's new. Oh wait, I'm actually full on health. I didn't need to do that. But you know, sometimes you gotta hit things just to do it.
Always break every box you come across.
They have currency.
Let's see how much like classic Zelda this is. Is there a jump button?
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's a little different.
Yeah, a little different then. But that's useful. So you got your sword. Is there a combo system?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
I'm not that great at it. I think I've gotten maybe 15, 16 at the most. Okay. But from what I hear, you can do 30. Up to 30. I think up to is a good clarifier.
The chamber, majestic as it was, did little to reveal the structure's true purpose.
So the narrator will sort of explain everything that's happening as you go along.
Yeah, she's kind of unwinding the story.
Further investigation would be required.
Further investigation will be happening.
Combo-based melee combat parries. Is there a dodge?
Yes, this is dodge.
Got it.
And jump. And blaster. Light attack. Heavy attack. Shield. And there you go.
So I know you've spent some time with the game already. What's the sort of, how much time do you spend in combat versus exploration, or is there also puzzle solving?
A little bit of a puzzle solving. I mean, I think I only got access to a limited part, but what I'm trying to do is, actually I forgot I could do this. You can send out an orb to tell you which way to go.
Very useful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do we have here? We got some health crystals, which I don't need.
Telltale remains of perished biological organisms.
Well, that's us. They're talking about us.
Yeah, we're dinosaurs.
Maybe they can turn us into fuel.
Oh, well, circle of life. You know, like how humans created giant metal spiders?
Yep, exactly. Okay, do you think you could go for a 15-hit combo here?
Oh, I don't know.
I think you should try.
Okay, first I'm going to hit with some blasts.
Combo going up. Here we go. Oh,
did I miss it?
No, you're there. 2 more. You got it. Keep going.
You know, the blasts really go a long way in comboing up.
Oh, you're going to make 30.
Am I? Is it happening?
29.
Oh, he died before I did. 29 is pretty good, though.
There. You're just too good.
Yeah.
You're
just
effective.
It's my story of my life. No. Are there any health crystals nearby? No, the room behind me closed, so I can't go back and get it. Have to push forward.
We're exploring the biology wing of the Temple of Soma.
Yes. I'm not sure what Soma means in this context.
In this demo, are there any boss fights?
Yes, there's one at the end, which I actually really enjoyed because you could parry a lot with that boss, and it wasn't that hard for me, so I think it won't be that hard for anyone. All right, got some money, some rare currency. Got some fossilized giant scorpions. I mean, humanity went through a lot that I guess we haven't experienced yet.
So post-human, but also is this Earth? On Earth?
I actually don't know, and that's a good question. I assumed yes, but maybe that's just my Earth-centric opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's 2. Soon there won't be. No, why are there so many? No, this way. So there's no auto lock, as you can tell.
Oh, they just keep spawning.
You know, in some levels, there's like a giant crystal that spawns them, but I'm not seeing one here. So I don't think I can stop the spawning. If you see a giant dark crystal, you gotta go hit that crystal.
Stop the spawn is a pretty good call to action. Like I could see in the advertisements, Aster, Blade of the Monolith, stop the spawn, spring 2024.
You know, it's that or it's a insecticide commercial.
What's the yellow meter underneath your health?
That is my stamina, I believe. So if I start blasting, it'll go down. Or if I use my shield and my shield gets hit, it'll go down.
And then the 3-segmented blue meter, what's that below that?
That is something we haven't learned yet at this part in the demo, but it does turn on this kind of second sight.
It's Batman mode.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, now.
But it can reveal passageways that you can't really see yet.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get to the part where that actually comes into play. I did it before and I didn't know what it was, and I was like, surely this blue light is hurting my enemies and helping me, but it's not. It's for sight for certain areas that are inaccessible otherwise.
Got it. Maybe it could reveal a crack in the wall that could be bombed.
Yes. Okay, they're going to make me work for these red crystals. Okay. Oh, is that it?
There you go. What are the other abilities mapped to your D-pad?
One of them is healing, which is pretty important.
Yep.
The top one is healing.
Got it.
The right is the magic site.
Got it.
The bottom is my little wayfinder orb.
Oh, cool.
And the one on the right is not usable at this point in time. Okay. Let's follow my orb trail, which is very helpful as someone who always needs to consult a map.
Should be a requirement in video games, really.
Yeah.
They fly now?
They fly now.
They fly now! They fly now! They fly now!
A light attack it up here. I guess I can fly now too. Oh no.
Oh.
I lost my combo! Combo breaker!
I want to see a 30-hit combo.
Again?
Well,
that's true, that's true.
We haven't seen it yet. But I know that you can do it. Great dodging.
They've got me in a corner. That's not good.
But you have the blade of the monolith.
I think I lost my combo. Look, it's fun, but it's also challenging.
What?
Again? Is there like a crystal I'm not seeing that's spawning these things?
I mean, if it's like the other room, you just gotta... Yeah, I guess enough.
Gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Life lessons.
Let them get behind you. Don't let
No,
them
I know.
sandwich you in.
No.
You could heal. You might want to do that.
Sure. I was too distracted, and I'm just as bad as I was before healing.
They're still coming.
Still?
Okay, I think this might be the last two.
You. I've had enough of you.
He's one more. There you go.
Okay. Oh no.
This guy.
I can kill him. He doesn't have a friend to help him. All right, I did it.
Well, that about wraps it up for us. And for everything else, ID at Xbox, keep it locked here at IGN.
It's not often that a puzzle game quite like Humanity comes along. With its minimal but expressive art direction, adorable ghostly Shiba Inu main character, and an endless library of user-generated content, it's no surprise why Humanity was one of IGN's highest reviewed games of 2023. Now that it's headed to Xbox and Game Pass, there's even more of a reason to check out The Puzzler, where you lead the fate of humanity in your... pause? Humanity is a bizarre but relaxing puzzler that takes Follow the Leader to its next logical step, if that involves whatever this is. The game has you playing as a spirit like Shiba Inu who has to rebuild humanity after a rogue AI destroyed it. This is done by leading an endless stream of people towards the map's objective. You'll need to place directional and action tiles in order to solve humanity's increasingly complex but interesting puzzles. While the game may seem difficult at first glance, thanks to humanity's intuitive controls and endless supply of humans, this game quickly goes from seemingly overwhelming to a relaxing brain exercise that's hard to put down. The gameplay in Humanity is more than just moving an endless supply of people from point A to point B. Throughout the game, you'll gain access to new abilities such as jumping, climbing, and later on, boss battles. The game's pacing helps keep the puzzler fresh and fun thanks to its intuitive controls and relaxing but weird art style. But Humanity isn't a total walk in the park. Eventually, as you progress through the game's story, you'll run into the others. The others are, well, other people who speak a different language but have the same objective as your more colorful cast of humans. The game will let you deal with these foes with various weapons such as bats and guns, which make for some visually satisfying circumstances. But the others aren't the only foes you'll need to face in Humanity. Since the game's main antagonist is a rogue AI, you'll eventually need to deal with the machines. This enemy type takes a step back from the chaotic large-scale battles you would see with the others, in turn for a more stealth and platform-focused approach. All of which lead to eventual boss battles, which go from puzzle-based combat against your rogue AI foes to an all-out assault that's more bullet hell than a walk in the park. If a stage ever gets too difficult or you just can't quite figure out where to start, Humanity includes the option to watch a solution video on any map without any penalty to the player. This level of accessibility is definitely a welcome feature. One of Humanity's strongest features is access to a hefty library of over 8,000 user-generated maps that will keep even the most dedicated players busy for a long time after the credits roll on the campaign. User-generated stages also feature an XP incentive, so the more you play, the more you earn. Feel like you can make a better stage than anyone else? No problem. Thanks to the game's intuitive map editor, it's pretty easy to bring your creative ideas to life, just like this stage inspired by the Gears of War franchise. Like I said earlier, Humanity is one of those rare puzzle games that not only delivers on being a challenging puzzler, but also stays fresh and interesting throughout its nearly endless runtime. If you're looking for a puzzler that's a little different, but also has an emphasis on style, tight gameplay, and allows you to create and share your own puzzles, then Humanity is definitely worth checking out when it releases on May 30th on Xbox and Game Pass.
ID at Xbox is presented by Xfinity. Stay ahead of the game with Xfinity's blazing fast speeds and smooth, low-lag connection.
IGN has the most thorough, easy-to-use, and high-tech maps out there, period. And by high-tech, we mean it. We've recently added features like personal notes that save to your IGN account and a region selection tool that lets you cruise around the biggest maps with ease. IGN maps load faster with more markers than ever and are built for your phone as your constant companion to the biggest games. So start checking off markers for the games you are playing for free at IGN Maps today.
This summer, IGN is hosting a huge in-person event, and we want you there with us. IGN Live is bringing the VIP experience to you, the fans. We've got trailer reveals with brand new gameplay from the hottest games, hands-on game demos for you to play, live tapings of your favorite IGN shows, contests, prizes, cosplay, interactive activations, photo and video opportunities. Most importantly, there will be tons and tons of video games. Now join our crew for IGN Live from June 7th to 9th at Magic Box in downtown LA. Tickets available now.
Want the ultimate IGN experience? Check out IGN Plus. Members get exclusive deals and giveaways, ad-free browsing, unlimited tracking on IGN Maps, discounts at the IGN store and with IGN partners, and best of all, free games. Get 30 days of IGN Plus for just $1. Head to plus.ign.com.
The Cinefix Top 100. A list so secretive even we don't know what movies are on it or where they rank.
What do you mean you don't know?
Each episode will reveal one of the movies.
Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed it. That was good. I liked it.
Talk about why it belongs and finally find out where it ranks.
Are you not entertained?
Are any of the movies we've shown here even on the list? I have no idea, and it drives me crazy. Join us as we find out on the Cinefix Top 100, Mondays, starting July 3rd.
Why so serious?
How's it going, everybody? Benjamin Watts here, and you're watching ID at Xbox right here on IGN. Now, independent games come in all shapes and forms, from bite-sized to supersized. And right now, Alan and I are about to check out the snack and slash action RPG, Hangry. Let's get into it. Now, Alan, we are how far into the game?
We're about 20 minutes into the game, and I love the term snack and slash because I feel like it's very topical for this game. As if the name didn't give it away, you are hangry. You can bite enemies, you can fight them. Everyone that you sort of encounter is like kind of ingredient themed.
Okay.
So you'll see right here, we got this enemy that's popping up. You can sort of lock on.
Oh.
And there's moments of it that like kind of remind me of like Souls-like games. Because you will get sort of like these really weird-looking enemies that you're just like, where did this come from? But then you can bite them to take a bite, and then recover your hungry meter, which is really fun. And then you can do this. Eventually, if I can stagger him enough, I can take a bite and do a devastating eat.
Oh, very nice. So who's the lead character in this? What's the name of it?
His name is Hangry.
Okay, so he is hangry in every sense of the word. And all right, he definitely looks he looks a little like Beast from X-Men, which I like, especially if he was a, greaser from the 1950s. Got some slick back hair, got some leather jacket with, what are they, spikes on the top?
Yeah, some spikes on the top right there. Look at it. He's a handsome fella. Looking good.
Some people are definitely into that Beast look from Beauty and the Beast.
That's true. So right now we are on the hunt for some ingredients.
Okay.
To bring back to our main base of operations. I see another we got here. Right here. Spivey's a pickle crock.
Oh, I do love myself a pickle crock.
And then you can actually go and harvest them, and so you'll get crock garlic if you defeat those enemies. So the more ingredients you get, the sort of better your score is. And there's always opportunities to sort of like stagger enemies and then deal sort of like a finishing blow with your eat attack, which is this guy right here. There's a few different bars to keep track of. So right now we're learning about cleaving foes. This is an alternative version of biting. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go into this fight right here. We got 2 enemies that are going to be coming from the ground right about now. And let's go ahead and cleave them. Oh, I missed.
Yeah,
my bad.
They look appetizing.
Oh, but they taste delicious though.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like really good.
You're a big fan of the Crest Claw salad over here. All right. Ugh. Now, is there like the character, like are we upgrading skills? Are we upgrading stats?
Yeah, exactly. So as you progress through your missions, you'll get different sort of objectives you can complete, and then also there's different assignments that you'll get to. Right now, actually, I want to show you the Hangry mode, because it acts almost like if you remember like the rage mode from God of War.
Yeah.
It has a very similar sort of mechanic where you fill up a bar and then you can pop it to do a ton of damage, and that'll help you out a lot if you're in a pinch, getting overwhelmed by enemies. There's always something you can pull out of your back pocket to make sure that you don't actually end up going down. So you were talking about upgrades. You can evolve, and what I like is that there's actually different sort of anatomic things that you can evolve within your character. So your heart gives you like stuff like your abilities cost less energy if your health is full, and all of these have like different options within the tree too. So the higher in the tier you go, the better the upgrade is. And you can also upgrade your weapons. Right now we only have the arm blade because we are so early in the game, just about 20 minutes in. But I'm hoping that eventually we'll get bigger and better weapons that will deal extra damage. Right now we are encountering... these guys are a little bit difficult because they do...
A wider bat?
Yeah, so they... the bats actually regenerate health, so you kind of have to like just focus them down.
I was like, what kind of food? It's like they're pizza, right? They're Hawaiian pizza? Okay.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a pizza slice, right?
Yeah, but Hawaiian pizzas are good. That's it.
I don't know about that.
What do you mean? You don't like pineapple?
You can also pop your hunter sense. Let you sort of track different larger enemies that are usually like the main objectives.
Okay. So I was like, I feel like you're going to detective mode for a second.
It kind of does act like that. If you like have ever played, the Last of Us games or like Arkham, there's always, you can sort of spot like the points of interest through that, and it acts very similar to that mechanic. Oh, I'm getting a few enemies right here, and boom, easy.
Pickle crocs, wine bats, we got the crest thing. Crest, the thing with the massive eye.
So right now we are looking for the Goroza.
Goroza.
Let me see if I can track anything.
All right.
Right now I'm not seeing too many identifiers, but usually it'll pop up as like a blue sphere with like little like particles coming out of it. So keep an eye out for that. If you do see it, let me know. Almost like we're in Dora the Explorer. Just be like, it's right there. But yeah.
And I can see as you're moving through the level, it's like, it's giving you a footprint of where you've been as well.
Exactly. So that does help you if you're not sure if you already came from an area or not, you can sort of track your footsteps. They don't last for a super long time, so you do kind of want to keep an eye out on where you're going. But it is a nice thing because you'll be able to tell like, oh, I kind of came from this direction, already checked that out.
Oh, this is a new one.
Here we go. This is the Goroza we were looking for, I believe. Oh, this is a Dart Bear.
Hard bear. Never mind. I was wrong.
Okay.
On me. So this one actually has like increased defenses, so you kind of have to stagger it first in order to start dealing damage.
I love just the design of these creatures. Like I'm trying to figure out, am I looking at some blueberries? It's like a pie. It kind of from the other side, it looked like it was like bananas with syrup on it. I don't know, man.
It's got a bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. Oh, you're so close.
Come on. Come on.
Get that Dart Bear. Oh, what's this power you've got? What's this electric?
Yeah.
Whoa.
After this tornado?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah, you got some good powers. I like the chomp effect. You actually see those teeth marks bite in.
All right, this guy's taking no damage. I'm going to run away.
Obviously, Alan, it's always fun watching you play any game, but let's give this a shot. I want to do an IGN first. I would like us to attempt to play the game together using a single controller. Are you up for that?
I don't know how it's going to go, but let's give it a shot.
Well, knowing your skills, it can only get better. So here we go. All right, where are we headed?
So we're heading up here. We got to find the Garoza and take it down.
Oh, I don't want to hurt the bat. No, let's run away from that.
Okay.
Ow. Hey, what about I was on your side? And you just... Absolutely not. Oh, the pickle crocs. You're going to my burger, croc.
Then you hit A and you should be able to harvest it.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. All
right, so we're trying to find the Garoza. And that should be, I think, over on the right side.
Now, is that... Oh,
is Abby over here? You want to go fight it?
Okay. Yes, I do.
Or is it can run if you press it on the left stick?
Where am I looking? Am I going... Which one?
Yeah, you got the camera, so we should be going a little bit further right.
Oh, I see.
That's it right there. That's where...
Right, and we're doing a clean kill? Oh, no.
Yeah, fight it.
Bam. I still make all my own,
Oh, bam.
It goes.
Oh, bam. Yeah, we got 2 out of 3 ingredients. Almost there. Nice. Now hit right trigger.
Right trigger. Nope.
Hit right trigger.
Doing it. Am I doing it? I feel like I'm not doing it.
Just keep stabbing it.
Oh, just keep spamming it. Okay, can do.
You got it.
Take this, dude, Dart Bear.
Now hit Y. Hit Y a bunch.
Bam.
See how that throws up the bar below? There you go. We're almost there. Now, kills complete. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Okay.
So now,
actually, I'm way better than I thought.
We take
a reward,
and then we head over to the diner to deliver it to our boss.
Oh no, it's a roll button.
You go right here. How's A? That'll call our nice little truck. You can look up to see it fly in.
Fly in?
Yeah.
Where are we looking?
We got a flying truck. See where the arrow's pointing? Check it out. There's our ride.
Hey,
it's coming in.
Is this a food truck?
This is our little delivery truck. Yeah.
Delivery truck.
And check it out. It's got.
Ooh.
Oh, even the little ramp comes out.
Do it. I'm ready.
And we're
roll.
Go.
Well, there we have it. If you're craving more, you can check out Hangry when it releases on Xbox soon. And for everything else ID at Xbox, keep it locked here at IGN.
ID at Xbox is presented by Xfinity. Stay ahead of the game with Xfinity's blazing fast speeds and smooth, low-lag connection.
This is Steve Downs, the voice of Master Chief, Sierra 117, and you're listening to Podcast Unlocked, the world's #1 Xbox podcast. Now, finish this fight. Master Chief, out.
You've just watched IGN's ID at Xbox showcase made in partnership with Microsoft. Welcome to Podcast Unlocked, live episode here right after that showcase you just watched. I'm Ryan McCaffrey, joined this week by Stella Chung. Hi, Stella.
Hey.
And Taylor Lyles joining us as well. Hello, Taylor.
Hi, thank you for having me on the show again, Ryan.
Well, absolutely. Let's dive right into it because that was 40-ish minutes of many, many games. As I was watching that, I was going, wait, how many games are in this? This just keeps going in a good kind of way. So I really thought there were a lot of what I'll call just rising stars here, just games that we need to really start to keep our eye on and pay attention to. Let's start with our favorites, and then we'll go through from there because we've got plenty of time to dive in to everything here. This entire episode is dedicated to that entire ID at Xbox showcase that you just watched on IGN. So, Taylor, I'll start with you. What give me the first thing. It's a word association test. IGN, ID at Xbox Showcase, go.
Lost Records, Bloom and Rage.
Nice. That's mine too. That's a good pick. Stella, do you want to third that one? Or should we?
Yeah, no, honestly.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I thought that looked super cool. I mean, just immediately the camcorder footage, right? Like, I don't know, there's something about it that kind of just draws me to it. Maybe because, like, we grew up using camcorders and everything. And it looked really interesting too. Also, it's from Don't Notch. So, I mean, what can't they do?
No, you're right. I mean, and for me, as the resident old on this panel, I grew up I was a teenager in 1995, which is when this game is set. It's, the timestamp, the watermark on the camcorder footage is June 1st, 1995, set in the town of Velvet Cove. And as you mentioned, Stella, it's Don't Nod. It's the folks that brought us Life is Strange and a lot of other really good narrative adventures. And so, for me, it's 90s plus narrative adventure. Ryan McCaffrey is in. Like, you can just sign me up for this game right off the bat. It's saying it's out later this year, specifically just late 2024 for Xbox Series and Windows. So this looks like it might be an exclusive on the Xbox console side. But let's talk a little bit more about this one. Like, as we're watching the trailer again here on the playback, like, Taylor, what do you think what immediately sets this apart for you from Life is Strange and the other cool stuff that we've seen from this studio?
I think that it is going back in the 90s. Also, funny enough, 1995 was the year I was born. So
you're really trying to make me feel old. And it's working.
When you were saying it, I was trying so hard not to laugh. I was like, 1995. I was born. I was like, April 1995. That is the month and year I was born. But just the fact that they are going back in time, setting this in the 90s, because all the other Life is Strange games, and even when they made Tell Me Why and Twin Mirror, they were all set kind of like that modern day or around that time, like when the game was developed. So setting this in a different time period, they have a lot more creativity that they can kind of leverage on versus just instead of just kind of pulling from whatever is happening at the time that they're developing it. I'm curious to see kind of what the music selection is going to be, because I feel every game that Don't Nod has made, especially the Life is Strange games that they made, which is just 1 and 2, I thought that the soundtrack was just perfect. So I really hope that they pick some real bangers from from just that year, or just that like decade starting with 1990 to 95, or like it looks like summer 95. It looks like these kids are about to go to high school.
Yeah,
so
June.
Like, their
June
last summer.
1st, so yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's really what excites me, is just seeing what they do when they kind of go back in time versus just kind of pulling and doing things like that. And what's interesting about even like the Life is Strange games and just any of their narrative driven games is that they have themes that kind of focus and tie to that specific year that game is set in. So I don't know what they're going to pick for Lost Records, but I can't wait to kind of just dissect it when it comes out.
So, Stella, are you going to now tell me that you weren't even born in 1995? Is that the next step of this?
I was 2 years old, so...
Okay, good. I'm glad you were with us in 1995.
Yeah, so I was 2 years old. I am so curious about a lot of different aspects of this game, because I know that the Life is Strange games, the ones that have come out after, they've all kind of linked to the same universe. And it's really interesting because these kids have superpowers. There are some weird little like supernatural forces at work. So I'm really interested to see if this is going to tie into the whole Life is Strange universe, because that could be really cool. And I think that they have something really interesting going if they do. It's almost like a collection of little stories from different timelines in the universe. So I don't know. I'm super into that sort of aspect. Also, right here, when you see the camcorder kind of glitching over specific symbols, I'm like, I wonder if this is going to be like, what if it's some sort of like UFO discovery, or it's like some weird like supernatural discovery in some way. And I feel like mostly the kid at the end is joking about like, oh, if you find this, I'm dead, because kids are funny and like to make jokes
kind
like
of deal.
That. Yeah, but I'm like, okay, we all know that there's going to be something sinister and also heartbreaking, right? Because that's what Don't Nod's great at. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is, because it looks really great. And I mean, it looks picturesque so far. So what's the twist? What is it? I don't know. So I'm really excited to see this play out. And I wonder how they're going to do it, if they're going to do like episodic releases like they did before too.
It didn't seem to indicate that from that end slate screen there. It just seems like it's going to be a whole complete package of content that ships at once. But yeah, you're totally right about this. A, is it going to tie in? B, the supernatural side. Like I had to just double check my memory because as we've learned on this episode, I'm old. But I had to double check my memory, and thankfully it held up. I was like, I think Blair Witch came out after 95, if in terms of maybe that end shot of her saying, that, she might die. Like, it could be like, is it even referencing that? Like, no, it's not, because Blair Witch was 99. So that was not a thing when in June of 1995. But Taylor, I want to circle back to something you said, too. I thought you brought up a great point about Don't Nod's track record with soundtracks. And B, the fact that this is set in the 90s, is it going to have licensed tracks? I have to imagine, my gut would say no, because this isn't like with no disrespect to Don't Nod, this isn't like a big AAA thing that's going to be licensing like, the Gin Blossoms or Blink-182 or something, right? Like, do you feel like it's probably going to just be 90s theme stuff without actually being recognizable songs from the 90s?
I could see them doing that, but I also have this gut feeling that they might just try to find like some of that more obscure older stuff that was from the 90s that wasn't as big as like the Blink-182s and stuff like that. Because even when you look at the soundtracks for the other games that Don't Nod worked on, even with like the first two Life is Strange games, the Life is Strange 1 and 2, because Before the Storm came out before 2. But point still stands. Like, you look at those soundtracks and you don't really see any, I know who that artist is. Or if you do, it's like still a niche artist. It's not like something that a general consensus would know. So I think they're going to do a really good job with finding some of those obscure artists to kind of supplement the track. But it wouldn't surprise me if they could find some artists that have very 90s passing tunes in their repertoire. So, but I could see it being a mix of both, but I really hope they just kind of stick to the bit and do pick like some of that very niche indie 90s music from that specific time period.
Maybe even some like one-hit wonders to kind of go along with what you're talking about, like stuff that where the artist would probably say yes because that was their one big song. They'd be like, sure, you want to give us some money to bring that song back into the public consciousness? Yeah, that sounds like a great plan. We're happy to sign on to that. We'll see,
it's funny because, I remember seeing the initial announcement for this. I think it was at the Game Awards last year, and I remember when I went to rewatch the trailer after the show ended, I was like, this kind of gives me like Stranger Things vibes, and I kind of dig it.
Yeah. It's go ahead, Stella, please.
Oh, no, I was going to ask you a question, Ryan. What is it like to see this sort of resurgence of like 90s themed entertainment, right? Because I was a kid, so I remember very specific things of the 90s towards the end of it, but like what, because, we see Stranger Things, right? I mean, we see this resurgence of like retro vibes and music and so what is it like to see that kind of infiltrate the gaming space now too?
I will be completely honest with you. It's awesome. It really is, because, we've gone through this, right? We kind of went through an 80s phase, and now like even with retro games, right? Where a lot of retro games had like 8-bit and then it kind of, 16-bit graphics were sort of a thing in modern retro games. But now we're even starting to see, granted it's moving into more a little the late 90s, 2000s, but even some sort of PS1 era games from a visual perspective on purpose. And so, there's a reason that nostalgia sells, because it makes you feel good. And so I do love seeing games set in the 90s. Like, it does make me happy. I'm not going to lie about that. Like, it's pretty cool. So I think Taylor's point about soundtrack, I'm going to be now extra curious about, if it's actual 90s music, great. But if it's just sort of 90s inspired stuff, I'm still going to be curious to hear that as well. And, the other thing I was thinking about with this trailer, now that we've watched it again a few times, is with the whole way it's set up, 95. And I wonder if this is like their last summer before they all go off to college, because of the way the sort of the trailer was playing out. So we'll see. We'll see about this one. But I guess I shouldn't be surprised that this found its way to the top of all of our wish lists here. Look at the corduroy pants right there. That's very 90s. There won't be any cell phones in this game. I can promise you that, since it's set in 1995.
What about those giant phones? Like I just keep like Saved by the Bell. Yeah,
Go full Saved by the Bell. Yeah, I mean, and although I'm back on the soundtrack for a quick second before we move on here, since it does seem to be revolving around this group of friends that skateboards, I do wonder if it will be more like early grunge stuff, either in like Taylor was saying, actual licensed grunge stuff from the early to mid 90s, or just inspired by. But that would be my guess of where this game is going. And I've enjoyed some of the Life is Strange stuff. I haven't played all of them, but to me, these are, Don't Nod is kind of carrying the torch that Telltale left behind when they unfortunately went under, and maybe they're still going with, maybe Wolf Among Us 2 is still a thing. It's kind of hard to tell at this point, but this game is right up my alley, and I'm glad all of us this stood out. So, all right, that was our initial top pick, but we will be right back here on this live episode of Podcast Unlocked, reacting to the ID at Xbox showcase that you just watched. We've got so many more games to talk to you about right after this.
The Cinefix Top 100. A list so secretive even we don't know what movies are on it or where they rank.
What do you mean you don't know?
Each episode will reveal one of the movies.
Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed. That was good. I liked it.
Talk about why it belongs, and finally find out where it ranks.
Are you not entertained?
Are any of the movies we've shown here even on the list? I have no idea, and it drives me crazy. Join us as we find out on the Cinefix Top 100, Mondays, starting July 3rd.
Why so serious?
IGN Playlist is the best way to track your game collection. Now you can even import your entire Steam library to Playlist, making it easier than ever to review games, show off your collection of the world, and finally chip away at that massive backlog you keep meaning to get to. IGN Playlist, check it out.
Behind every game, movie, and TV show you love is a wild, crazy, and sometimes unbelievable story.
No one is just black and white.
From revealing the secrets behind your favorite franchises to solving a legendary video game mystery,
I'm coming for you.
IGN Inside Stories gives you a peek behind the curtain.
If people come to the game now and see what's going on there, I think they'll be surprised.
Join us as we dive into hyper-dedicated fan bases, worldwide phenomenons, and the most incredible untold tales in games and entertainment.
I said, wait a minute, that doesn't sound so good.
It was definitely not what I expected in the best way.
Inside Stories, available now only on IGN.
And I was like, holy shit, we're gonna do this.
Want the ultimate IGN experience? Check out IGN Plus. Members get exclusive deals and giveaways, ad-free browsing, unlimited tracking on IGN maps, discounts at the IGN store and with IGN partners, and best of all, free games. Get 30 days of IGN Plus for just $1. Head to plus.ign.com.
Welcome back to Podcast Unlocked. You are watching our live episode recapping the ID at Xbox showcase presented by IGN that you just watched. We're so happy to partner with Microsoft there and the ID at Xbox team to bring you looks at a whole bunch of games. And we do mean a whole bunch. I should have counted. I did not actually count. I have pages and pages of notes, but there were a lot of video games, a lot of them looking super cool. We started with one of our favorites there, which was Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. But let's keep talking about some other stuff. Stella, I'll go to you here. What else jumped out at you that you want to talk about for a couple minutes?
Sure. You know what? I think we kind of have to point out Pal World. I mean, that's a game that I sank like 80 hours into with the first weekend it came out. So I'm really happy to see it getting updates. I was a little bit worried. I think a lot of players were actually kind of worried about Pal World because the developer had this track record of starting projects and then kind of stepping away from them when it didn't really seem to be working out for them. But Pal World was such a huge success upon launch that I think they finally found their stride with, implementing updates, even if it was like little patch notes here and there, before this massive update comes out. So I'm really glad that they're continuing to support it, that they haven't given up. And this does seem like they are setting a sort of precedence with their players on what to expect with the game. Because I again, like a lot of people were worried that, oh, what if they don't upgrade this? What if they also step back from this? Who knows? So it does make me happy that there's more content coming. There are new pals. It seems like there's going to be new guns, which is really fun. Energy-based weapons, and then also a flamethrower. I mean, that's cool. I think the frog is super cute. I don't know what he does, but he is so cute. So I'm really happy that they haven't run out of ideas yet, that they've been continuing to update this. It will be interesting though, because I know that the player base did drop off just a little bit because there were a ton of like survival games that came out. But I definitely am going to keep an eye on the numbers to see how many people come back for this specifically.
Yeah, I mean, well, to give them some credit, and it's a reminder to everybody watching. I mean, if you're not currently playing Pal World, this has been the biggest hit of the year for Xbox so far. This thing has been huge, console exclusive, really got the year off to a strong start for Xbox. But yeah, it's there's, in fairness to the development team, there's almost nowhere to go but down for their player count after where they launched off to at the start of the game, when the game launched. But yeah, this update, I have in my notes, the new pals are a nunchuck wielding frog, a turkey looking thing, a bunny samurai (parentheses I think) and a weird reptile thing with a mushroom on its head and tail that looks completely harmless. So those are, I presume that those are really perfect descriptions. I'm sure you can't possibly know. They're the worst descriptions I could have possibly come up with while watching this. But
well, I'd love to see you name all these pals just based off those descriptions.
Yeah, I mean, I love the sort of the sort of Japanese garden here, the setting. Like it looks great. I mean, PlayStation had Helldivers 2 that's been its sort of big indie hit to start the year, and Xbox has Pal World. So, Stella, do you think you're going to go back in when this update drops?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm definitely going to. I think I needed a good time away from survival PvE games, and now I can go back in and do it. But I'm so sad they actually apologized for this, which is the funniest thing. So they patched out the ability to catch dungeon bosses, because you were able to do that and then you could use them as your pals, which I mean, I totally did. But anyway, so you could do that. But they were like, hey, we accidentally fixed that. We're so sorry, but we didn't mean to, so don't be mad at us. And I thought it was just the funniest thing, because the community was like, no, we get it. It's fine, but that's just funny that you were never planning on fixing it. So I think they have a really good relationship with their community, and I love all of the communication they've been doing. And each time they do an update, they have so many details on their patch notes and like blog posts. So I'm definitely going to jump back into this because I like supporting them.
Taylor, what I know about you is that you play pretty much every video game, and I say that with the absolute highest of compliments. So have you dove into Pal World? And if so, how have you been enjoying it, and what did this update trailer do for you?
So the when I first played it, I was at a friend's house, and he was just vibing with it. He was showing me his base, and then I was like, okay, let me give this a whirl. And I was kind of enamored. I was like, wow, okay, this is so much more than just Pokemon with guns, because I know that was what it's nicknamed for the longest time. So, but I haven't had a chance to actually start my own file. But seeing this trailer today, I really want to play it now, especially because I really like the little mushroom pal. And so I want to wait for that and just get one, because he just walks around like a little goofy goober. And I want to build my own base, because I remember I had wrote a story, I think it was like a few months ago, someone built like an entire city for their base in Pal World, and I was like, wait, you can do this type of thing? And so I really can't wait to see what kind of building and crafting and stuff like that I could do with it, because the last time I kind of felt invested in building like a base really detailed was actually Fallout 4. So,
well, if you want to get ready for this update, you've got a little bit of time. It's April, and this update is out sometime in the summer there, according to the end of the trailer. So you've got a little time to get your own save file going and get your feet wet, get ready to go. Next, I want to jump. Let's see here. There's so much on this list. Well, I'll go. One of you, I think it might have been Taylor, one of you mentioned the Jackbox Naughty Pack before we started recording. So let's go to that. Which of you was that again that wanted to talk about that one that jumped out at you as one of your favorites? Taylor raising her hand. All right. A party game that's made just for adults. The live action trailer, which we're looking at again now, was very, very goofy. I thought it was very funny. So, Taylor, talk to us about the market need here for an adults only Jackbox Naughty Pack.
So I have all the Jackbox Party Pack games. I want to disclose that because I played it all the time when I was in college with my friends. Every now and then I'll do a game night, and usually we're playing Jackbox. Sometimes we do PowerPoint parties, but it's mostly Jackbox. So when I saw that they were going to do a Naughty Pack, I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. It's kind of like when Apples to Apples was like the longest thing, and that was like a fun game. But then Cards Against Humanity came out, and I was like, oh, that's just basically Apples to Apples Naughty Pack in a sense. So now that Jackbox is finally giving us an adult-oriented party pack, I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I mean, the party pack games are always goofy and just as goofy as the trailers, if not more. So I don't know what type of raunchy content we're going to get or what kind of mini games they're going to throw in this, but I'm pretty excited. I'm excited to check it out.
Stella, are you going to bust this out with friends?
100%. 100%. I think they finally realized, they're like, you know what? We wanted this to be inclusive to everyone, but then like they realized most of the people that play these games are adults who are just really messed up. So I'm really glad they're leaning fully into this because I cannot tell you the amount of times I've done like community game nights and Jackbox has come out, right? Listen, even if you try real hard to suppress all the naughty things, people will find a way around them, all right? They do. So I'm really glad they're leaning into this. I think it's going to be really fun. I really enjoy Jackbox because it's really open to like anyone to play. It's so great. There's so many different games and they're also really cheap too. Like you can always get bundles for their games and it's such a fun party game. I'm really excited. I did not think I was going to see another Jackbox party game coming out. I'm legit. It was never, for some reason, it never crossed my mind that they could put out another one. So really happy they are.
I think this will be hilarious. I think it'll be great. I'm looking forward to breaking it out at dinner parties and adult friend nights. But
Wednesdays.
I do want to make it a request. If Microsoft is listening to this, watching this, can we get a return for Seen It, the movie trivia game that had the special buzzer controllers? That, no disrespect to Jackbox. It's earned its success, but watching this trailer did make me think about and miss Seen It. Back when I worked at Official Xbox Magazine, we always had a ton of fun with those games. I'll shout out to my friend Dan Amrick, who's a huge game show nerd. He loved those games. The fact there was an official like first party Xbox buzzer controller was just so good, and we need that back in our lives. So Microsoft. Could
you imagine if somebody made a Seen It, but it was called Play It, and it was just video game trivia?
Ooh.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hit me up, Phil. I got ideas.
Let's do it. All right. Let's go next to. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say we've got another break coming up in 2 minutes. So I want to talk about 33 Immortals for that time before we have to throw to another quick break and take another pause. So I'll just hog the stage here for a second, only to say that I had the chance with Destin, who unfortunately couldn't be here today because he is sick as a dog. We wish him a speedy recovery. Hopefully he's feeling better. 33 Immortals is a game that Destin and I got to play together with the developers after the Xbox showcase last year. So this has been in the works for a while, and it played great a year ago, or almost a year ago. And then they're still, they're putting the final polished touches on it. The closed beta is launching very soon, less than 1 month, May 24th, launching into Game Pass as well. And it is just a really compelling co-op game. Like you might think, 33, that can't possibly work. That's just got to be a chaotic mess. No, it actually works in my experience, where there are cool mechanics, which you see a lot of in the trailer too. My monitor's over here, so if I'm pointing over there, that's why. There are these co-op mechanics where it'll just give you these visual clues of, hey, one person's going to use their, I forget what it's actually called, but a super, like just everybody else stand over here to help out with this. And you see here the they're fighting Lucifer here, the boss that's showing off. And I just had, like, I came into this game thinking, all right, I'll sit down and play it. I don't know anything about it. We'll check it out. And I walked away really impressed by the way that it organically and very naturally encourages co-op play in this. So, Stella, when you watched this trailer, what were your thoughts on 33 Immortals?
I thought it was just going to be chaos, so I'm a little disappointed it's not. But, you know, as someone who is a newfound enjoyer of Diablo-like games, I am all for trying this. I think it'd be really fun to see just how many people you can get into. Because, you know, listen, I don't know if I know 33 friends. It's like, how am I going to have like a whole lobby of friends, you know? So I'm very curious to see what the community is going to be like when this comes out. So I'm curious. I don't know if I'm going to be good at this game, but if you'll have me, I will try my best to play support, because I love playing support in these kinds of games.
Well, the good part is it's going right into Game Pass. So if you need help with the upping that friend count, they've got it. They'll have a built-in audience thanks to Game Pass. All right, we'll talk more 33 Immortals and so many other games here in just a second. We'll be right back with more on Podcast Unlocked here immediately following all of our reactions to the ID at Xbox Showcase presented by us, IGN.
Grand Theft Auto 6. It's been a long and winding road leading to the biggest video game of all time, but it's still so far away.
Trust?
But don't worry, IGN has just the thing to pass the time until Rockstar turns us loose in Leonida, GTFM, a brand new original show all about GTA. Tune in for hard-hitting Grand Theft Auto 6 analysis. Who is Jason anyways? The internet's biggest and most out-there fan theories.
I would make the argument that baseline of the universe is actually not Lucia.
Interviews with the most infamous stars of past Grand Theft Auto games.
Call me Franklin, all y'all want to say, or Mr. Clinton.
And so much more.
We are back.
For everything GTA, it's GTFM. Only on IGN.
Have you ever been stuck on the same quest for just way too long? IGN strategy guides and interactive maps are here to help. IGN guides are trusted by millions, easy to use, and of course, free. You can even track your progress with handy checklists if you go for 100%, just like we do. IGN has the very best, most complete and accurate guides for The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Hogwarts Legacy, and so much more. Every guide is tested and verified for you by experts. Just search for IGN.
This summer, IGN is hosting a huge in-person event, and we want you there with us. IGN Live is bringing the VIP experience to you, the fans. We've got trailer reveals with brand new gameplay from the hottest games, hands-on game demos for you to play, live tapings of your favorite IGN shows, contests, prizes, cosplay, interactive activations, photo and video opportunities. Most importantly, there will be tons and tons of video games. Now join our crew for IGN Live from June 7th to 9th at Magic Box in downtown LA. Tickets available now.
Welcome back to Podcast Unlocked. We are reacting to the ID at Xbox Showcase presented by IGN that you just watched along with us here. We're halfway into our reactions episode. We've covered a few different games that really jumped out to us the most so far. We just got done talking about 33 Immortals. So, you know what? I'm gonna throw to you next here, Taylor. I'm gonna give you dealer's choice. What game out of, like we were talking about earlier, is easily like at least 12.5 games, if not way more than that. Lots to choose from. What do you want to talk about next from this showcase?
I want to talk about Stampede Racing Royale.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, was it 60-player kart racer? That just sounds so chaotic. Like we're talking about, do we have like 32 friends that could play with us? So I was like, do I know 59 people that are going to race me? But I was looking at it and it was very colorful. I don't know. I know the first thing that comes to mind in terms of like art style and all that is Mario Kart, but I don't know why. When I was watching the stream, I kept thinking about Crash Nitro Kart for some reason, and I can't put my finger on why. I don't know if it was just like I don't know, but can somebody help me figure that out? But it's giving Mario Kart vibes. It's giving kind of like chaos that I remember from playing Crash Nitro Kart. I like the power-ups. They also kind of give me Mario Kart vibes, but it's just such a colorful kart racer. I don't know. We don't have a lot of like consistently good kart racers that aren't available, like that aren't just Mario Kart. I mean, I'm trying to, like, the last one I really enjoyed was the Sonic one. I can't remember the official name. I think it was like Team Sonic Racing.
Yeah.
And that was like the last good one that I really enjoyed. That wasn't a Mario Kart game. So I'm excited to play this. I like that it's kind of like a battle royale. I'm not the biggest fan of the battle royale genre. I mean, I like Fortnite occasionally. I'll play PUBG every now and then. But a racing battle royale type, that sounds interesting to me. And just having that many players, like people just racing on the track at a time, like 60 players, that's a lot. Just imagine how much chaos you're going to cause just from those power-ups alone.
I agree with you on like battle royale and racing. Actually, especially arcade racing like this seems like a really good fit. Honestly, I think that could work super well. And while I will say, while I definitely agree with you that it clearly gives off Mario Kart vibes from the gameplay, like there's power-ups, it's, there's accelerator pads on the track and stuff like that. For me, the art style actually gave me like Funko Pop vibes. That's kind of that's kind of where I landed with it. I mean, it's not exactly that, obviously, but that's sort of what came to mind when I was thinking about this one. But I'm with you. Yeah, I think this could be a really fun, just like log on with a bunch of friends, however many, whether it's 59 friends or 5 friends, and you're just out there. Maybe you work together in a little secret club to just take out everybody else before you then turn on each other. But yeah, you're absolutely right about Xbox not having necessarily a ton of great kart racers like this. So yeah, this is a good pick. Stella, what were your thoughts on Stampede Racing Royale?
Yeah, I'm not usually into racing games, even if it's something cute like this. I'm terrible at Mario Kart, so anytime there's a party, I heavily avoid it. But I love the customization on the carts that you can see. Like there's the cookie, with chocolate chip cookie wheels, which is really cute. I think that the customization is great in this, which is probably why you're like, oh, looks like Funko Pops, because you can make them however you want. I do love the colors. It kind of reminds me of the way that Fall Guys is a battle royale. It's not technically a battle royale, but like you have to go through stages, and especially seeing this like elimination screen, I'm like, dude, that's kind of fun. It makes you feel like you're in this game show and you're trying to climb your way up to the top, and everything is really arcadey and super cute. And I think it's really nice that Xbox seems to be getting more of these higher party games, and we just want to play multiplayer. And I don't know, this seems so cute and so fun. It seems like you can take it as competitively as you want. I do really love that like game show elimination style of this. And I think that's the one compelling reason why I would probably play this as opposed to like playing Mario Kart.
I mean, look, if we can't get Crash Nitro Kart on Game Pass, I would love to have Stampede Racing Royale on here. And the more we keep watching this trailer, the more I'm like, yes, I'm getting that Fall Guys-y vibe too, which I gotta go back and play Fall Guys. Thanks, Stella. I'm gonna go back and play that. Yeah,
it's so fun.
Game.
Yeah.
While I'm gonna use my platform here on Podcast Unlocked on IGN, just like last segment where I called for a new Scene It game with the game show controllers. If Microsoft is now welcoming, if it wants more Battle Royale type larger multiplayer games, there is one, the original Xbox Battle Royale game that everyone wants to see again, which is 1 versus 100, right? The original Battle Royale. If you think about it, which I never did until just now, I was like, well, wait a second, you're narrowing down to 1.
Yeah.
So anyway, Phil Spencer, buddy, pal, friend, guy. 1 versus 100, we need it. But in the meantime, this looked really good. Stampede looks super fun. And just like, as somebody that's played a million racing and even just arcadey kart racing games throughout the course of my life, just seeing this insane number of karts on the track is pretty cool in and of itself, especially when they're all real players and not just AI. So I think the Stampede folks might have something here. They're definitely onto something a little bit unique. Let me go now to a game that Stella had called out in our pre-show meeting here when we were just all sitting there watching this, waiting to come on the air. And that's a game we've seen before, but it's definitely, I would argue, probably one of the higher profile games out of the list today. Stella, talk to us about what you thought of Dungeons of Hinterberg.
Yeah, I'm really glad we got to see more of it because the last time I saw it was at Gamescom last year. And that's actually where I did the dev interview, which was really cool. And that was actually the first time that I've heard of this game, right? And I looked at it, immediately, the art style is what stood out to me. I thought it was gorgeous. So it's really interesting. I actually talked to them specifically about this. So the story beat is that we're following this law student who is just incredibly burned out. So you know what she does to try to get a sense of peace back? She decides to go and hunt and become a monster hunter in the dungeons. So I loved that idea so much because I was like, I mean, come on, we've all experienced burnout. We've all wished that we could do something else as a career every so often. But this is like the extreme end of that. And the fact that it's also like a puzzle thing for each of these dungeons and the art style is so cute. I am so excited for this. And I love being able to see actual gameplay for inside the dungeon, some of the puzzles that you might come across. This gelatinous cube is so weird though, because I play D&D. So for me, I'm like, oh, it's just going to kill you if you step on it, but it doesn't. So, yeah, I'm really excited. It's so cute. It is beautiful. When I talked to the developers last year, they were so excited for people to try things out. They were really, this is so weird to be happy about, but they were like, yeah, we're so happy that you connected to the main character with Burnout. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I wish we didn't, but you know, it's awesome. I think it does speak to people. I think we've all probably been curious about, well, you know, I wish I didn't have to work 9 to 5 to earn my food and stuff. What if I could just go hunt it, you know? So I think that feeds that feeling for me. And yeah, I'm really glad we're getting more of a look at what exactly gameplay looks like.
Taylor, your thoughts on Dungeons of Hinterberg, which is dropping onto Game Pass, so no excuse. Everybody can go try it out on July 18th.
So the first thing that really just came to mind was it looks like a comic book. I love the art style. I love how vibrant and colorful it is. You know, I really like, you know, I feel like we're getting a lot of like photorealistic games, which there's nothing wrong with that. I will play those games till I die. But every now and then it's good to have something that has, you know, an art style that feels kind of comic booky or does like a cell shaded graphic like Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. So it was really great to see kind of like more of just like all the different like seasons and different environments that you'll get to venture off into. I like that we saw more gameplay. I like the main character's design, and I like how it kind of just is like a stark contrast to like all these monsters that she's fighting, but also isn't. It's so weird how it looks the same, but also doesn't. But I think they got something good on their hands here, and I hope that everybody who has Game Pass, like me, will go out here and try it, because I think this looks like a really chill game, but also like very like, oh yeah, this is going to have me on the edge of my seat trying to kill this monster for the 30 billionth time.
Well, it's funny you mentioned chill, because what we only get a little bit of in this trailer that when we had it up there a minute ago. But I also got to see this game right after Showcase last year, so last June, and we got to see a nice chunk of the town portion when you accept the missions, when you're just like wandering around the town and you go into the pub, the tavern. There we go. There's a little bit of it here with some dialogue options, and like the way that and the actual dungeon crawling part of the game, I thought they really complemented each other really well from the demo that I had gotten. And now again, seeing it almost a year later, and so this is another one that's just seemingly gotten a ton of polish, because it looked great last June, and now here we are in April, and it's still not out for another 2 months until July, and it's just looking great. So yeah, this just has a very unique vibe. You know, certainly the art style is a part of that. I think you're both spot on with the sort of comic book comparison with the, you know, kind of the pencil or pen, the ink outlines on everything, which is pretty cool. So yeah, there's a little bit more of the dungeon bits, or excuse me, of the town bits. But yeah, this looks great. And you know, we complain, and I use complain in air quotes because really there's never a shortage of video games to play, but we sometimes complain about the lack of cool new games in the summertime. One of the takeaways for me from this entire showcase, of which Dungeons of Hinterberg is a good example, is there's going to be a lot of fun stuff out this summer on Xbox. So there will be no shortage of cool stuff to play, even in the summertime, which is, you know, normally a time maybe the AAA like mega blockbuster games aren't necessarily going to be shipping in the month of July, when a lot of people are on vacation, on holiday, what have you. But yeah, I just thought this honestly, this might be maybe the last time we see Dungeons of Hinterberg. Maybe it'll make a quick appearance in the June Xbox showcase, since it'll be shipping like a month later at that point. But we've kind of, I think I've definitely seen enough to say I'm super excited to play this game in just a couple months' time. And yeah, it was definitely one of the standouts today at this ID at Xbox showcase, which we are still reacting to. There's still plenty more video games to talk about. So we're going to take one more break here, and we'll come back with more reactions, analysis, and just good old-fashioned video game chatter about the ID at Xbox showcase. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
IGN has the most thorough, easy-to-use, and high-tech maps out there. Period. And by high-tech, we mean it. We've recently added features like personal notes that save to your IGN account and a region selection tool that lets you cruise around the biggest maps with ease. IGN maps load faster with more markers than ever and are built for your phone as your constant companion to the biggest games. So start checking off markers for the games you are playing for free at IGN Maps today.
This summer, IGN is hosting a huge in-person event, and we want you there with us. IGN Live is bringing the VIP experience to you, the fans. We've got trailer reveals with brand new gameplay from the hottest games, hands-on game demos for you to play, live tapings of your favorite IGN shows, contests, prizes, cosplay, interactive activations, photo and video opportunities. Most importantly, there will be tons and tons of video games. Now join our crew for IGN Live from June 7th to 9th at Magic Box in downtown LA. Tickets available now.
Want the ultimate IGN experience? Check out IGN Plus. Members get exclusive deals and giveaways, ad-free browsing, unlimited tracking on IGN Maps, discounts at the IGN store and with IGN partners, and best of all, free games. Get 30 days of IGN Plus for just $1. Head to plus.ign.com.
The Cinefix Top 100. A list so secretive even we don't know what movies are on it or where they rank.
What do you mean you don't know?
Each episode will reveal one of the movies.
Did I rush it? Felt like I rushed. That was good. I liked it.
Talk about why it belongs and finally find out where it ranks.
Are you not entertained?
Are any of the movies we've shown here even on the list? I have no idea, and it drives me crazy. Join us as we find out on the Cinefix Top 100, Mondays starting July 3rd.
Why so serious?
Welcome back to Podcast Unlocked. We are rolling through talking about all the cool games we just saw in the ID at Xbox showcase presented by IGN. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying this live episode of Unlocked as well. We're not going to have time to talk about anywhere close to all the games that were in the showcase. A, because there are just way too many of them, and B, because there are way too many cool ones that we want to talk about. So we're picking and choosing our favorites here, and I want to throw to Stella here, because, Stella, I know you mentioned as we were watching, this update to Vampire Survivors jumped out at you. Please, tell us more.
Yeah, it's so funny because last year, they updated the game so that you could play co-op with up to 4 people, which is, I don't recommend it. It is chaotic. It's so hard to actually coordinate because, listen, it's about survival, but like people are so bad at listening to each other. So I'm really excited. I am so glad that this game continues to get updates because it is such a good game. I seriously love playing this. It's even on your phone if you want to play, and it plays really well there too. I am so excited because here's the thing. Once you start playing this game, you can't stop, and you just want more. You want more challenges to unlock. You want more characters to unlock. You want more weapons and more upgrades because if you play and you get addicted to it, as anyone should, you'll find that you will probably get up to all those challenges, unlock all the abilities and power-ups pretty quickly. So I love that they are constantly updating this. Also, this crossover is super interesting, Taylor. I know you haven't played yet, but you said that you were super excited about this specifically because of this.
Yes. I when I saw the Contra deal, I was like, what? I was like, huh? I was like, I mean, that's a choice, but I'm not bad about it. I really enjoy kind of like run and gun shooters, so Metal Slug and especially Contra. I think the last one I played that I really enjoyed was Blazing Chrome that came out a few years ago. So when I saw Vampire Survivors is going to get this Contra DLC, just watching it in action, I was like, oh, I'm hooked. I was like, man, this is the thing that's going to get me to play Vampire Survivors. Okay, I'm not bad about it. I'll play it. I've been meaning to try it anyways, so this was like the thing that was going to push me off the cliff.
shout out to Konami for doing some fun, smart, and dare we say maybe even a little risky. Like not that the games are bad; they're partnering with good games, but it's always a little risky to cross over one of your 35-year franchises with anything else. But they also have the Castlevania crossover with Dead Cells, right? So there's just, it's cool to see this Contra crossover. Like they did the classic thing. First of all, the trailer was a clearly like tongue-in-cheek, jokey trailer. They called it a quadruple A update. They called out the train action, the train gameplay, and then you think that, oh, okay, well that's it, that's the update, and then the trailer in fact isn't over, and it goes into the animated stuff with the Operation Guns Contra DLC. It's out May 9th, so which will also feature Brad Fang from Contra Hardcore. And I confess I have not played Vampire Survivors yet, so apparently, Stella, I'm waiting to be addicted as soon as I do play it.
Yes, it's okay. So here's the thing. I know it's only $5, which is crazy, and it's so good. I highly recommend it. Ryan, I think you would love this. I wasn't even into these types of games because I always thought I'd be overwhelmed by the amount of different builds you can do, but I realized that's kind of the best part of this controlled chaos, right? So you're getting all these different types of maps. I think this is a really good time for you to jump in when this comes out, because I think maybe you'll feel a little bit more familiar with like that run and gun thing like Taylor. I am so excited to see how that's going to work, because my favorite guy, there's even a dog who poops flowers and stuff in this game as an attack, which is great. So it's just, I love that it fully embraces the chaos. And I'm so shocked that you haven't played this. This is totally something up your alley.
Well, since you are, I would say you are probably the most just technically skilled video game player at IGN. So you said don't play it in 4-player because it's chaos, but if you and I play it 2-player co-op, will that work?
Yes,
do it that way?
Yes, I do. I will absolutely do that.
You can carry me.
Yeah, yes, but then also only if we can get the entire panel with Dustin whenever he's feeling better and Taylor in to play Jackbox party games.
Oh. I'm down. Yeah,
easy, right?
Let's do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy yes to that. Yeah, that's a deal right there. Let's see. So we've got a few more minutes. I'm just wanted to go through. I want to call out just a few things, and if either one of you has thoughts, just throw them out. Commando's Origins was from earlier on in the showcase. This I liked, and the reason that I liked it, not because it's a World War II setting, because while I would say that the World War II game fatigue has probably worn off because publishers and developers finally took a break from them, I like this game because it's got stealth elements. It appears to be a game that you can absolutely just stealth your way through and have a good time. As you can see, top-down perspective here, which definitely calls back to my youth of playing like top-down games like this. You see you're knifing dudes in the throat from behind them. You're setting traps. We saw you're sniping them from afar. You're doing the army crawl. You're dressed up. You're wearing camo. So closed beta for this thing, again, in the summer. So if you need stuff to play over the course of the summer, this is going to be out there, and it's going to be day one on Game Pass for everything, for console, for on your Xbox console, PC, and also you can jump in and play it through the cloud as well. So this one jumped out at me. I like the idea of where this game is going, and I hope it plays as fun as it looks, personally.
Yeah, it's surprisingly brutal for a top-down game. I was not expecting that, and I really love the way that the sniper reticle comes up. So in terms of you interacting with things in the world, I was very surprised by that. It's such a small detail, but it makes it feel a little bit more like, oh, I'm actually sniping this. That makes sense. I really liked that.
Let's go. We can probably crowbar in a couple more games here to say a few things about. I'm going to go to one that I believe, Stella, you had flagged, because it has cats in it.
Oh,
and that is Times and Galaxy. If we want to take another look at Times and Galaxy, they gave us an animated trailer, sci-fi game. You can ask different questions of, in this one. And it seems to be like a build a story kind of. That was the takeaway that I got from it. And I will admit, I'm not quite sure exactly what this game is yet after watching this trailer. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's definitely colorful. And it looks like that you get points or you get rewarded for building a cool story with certain ingredients in it. Stella, did you take any of that away from this? Am I completely off? Like, what did you gather from this very interesting, very unique trailer?
I think you're on. I think your guess is as good as mine because I have no idea. All I know is that I saw like the mech space cat and I was like, yep, I'm in. So I think it's interesting. So they mentioned journalists. I think maybe we're supposed to go and discover interesting things happening throughout the universe or throughout the galaxy. And maybe we're supposed to pull cool stories out of that. Oh my God. And there's romance. I just realized that's it. You could clean my bunk anytime. Ew. So I guess it is kind of like a choose your own adventure thing with very interesting creatures, space travel, which is always a plus in my book. It seems like it has a bit of everything so far, but that's just okay. Thank you, Tayo. Going back to the romance scene. I have no idea. I think it looks fun. It looks like it's almost giving me like Rick and Morty, Solar Opposites vibes with the way the humor seems to be written. So yeah, I don't know. I'm interested.
June, we just saw it right there, June 2024. So just another thing to play in the summertime. Let's do one more game, and I'll throw to Taylor for initial reactions to this, because this one, I had some weird stuff in my notes on this too. Is first of all, the name of the game, it might win the achievement for this showcase of having the most compelling name. Like, just if we just put these names on a spreadsheet, like which one of these jumps out at you? And the game is All You Need Is Help. That's the name of the game. All you need is help. And I have in my notes, WTF am I watching? But by the looks of it, which we'll have the trailer up here again for you in a second, if this one's not jumping out at you from the showcase that we just watched. So it looks like you have to combine like a bunch of weird sort of Tetris-y shapes into whatever the level requires, and it's a 4-player game, super colorful. They're like anthropomorphic, like that one on the bottom looks very freaked out. But this looks like it was perhaps made with some herbal influences. Well, and I mean that.
Oh, absolutely.
But this just seems super interesting. Taylor, your thoughts on All You Need Is Help?
Yeah, when it came on stream, I was like, what in the Yoshi's Woolly World is this? And I was like, got these Tetris blocks just waltzing around, got these goofy goober looking faces. You're just solving like puzzles. You can put little hats and glasses on, and that's cute. But I was so confused, but I don't hate this. I don't know. I will play a weird game. I've played some very weird things. But this, I think this might top it as like, oh, this might be the weirdest thing I'll ever play. And this is, I can think of maybe 5 other things that come to mind. I don't know why Mari Damasi is like the first thing that is.
That's a good call.
But I was like, but this is just weird. Like it's just and then the ball was a rubber band ball. It's got this goofy face. It's just making, and the so pink Tetris thing just had a little look of distress for like 2 seconds, and he got a little mustache on his face. Now, what is going on? The soccer balls. Why are there soccer balls? Why are there so many?
Stella, I'll give you the last word here on All You Need Is Help.
Oh my God, I love this. Also, so there's that machine there, like the piece can blow the other pieces away. So I'm assuming there's something that lets you suck the other pieces to you so you can fill out the puzzle. It's like, I definitely think some herbs were involved, and I'm pretty sure this is best enjoyed with said herbs. But I am so excited. This looks like the dumb co-op game that I need, because this is just, look at that. It looks so stupid and I love it. Like, they're so cute. They're so squishy, and you kind of need to cooperate with your team, but also it seems like, what happens with any sort of co-op game like this. They're not going to cooperate. They're going to make it harder for you. So I love it. I think it's going to be so cute.
And again, Game Pass, no excuse not to try it. Coming to Game Pass this fall. Well, there you go. That was, I don't know how many games we just highlighted there out of the dozens, the literal dozens that were in that showcase. But those were our favorites. Hit us with your favorite standout games from this showcase in the comments below, wherever you're watching us, whether it's on IGN or on YouTube or anywhere else. But this has been Podcast Unlocked. I want to thank both Taylor and Stella, as well as our super producer, Tayo, for making this episode possible here right on the heels of this ID at Xbox showcase. And thanks to all the great developers who gave us all these awesome trailers so that we could put together an ID at Xbox showcase here at IGN. So with that, my name's Ryan McCaffrey. We shall return with another regular old episode of Podcast Unlocked next week.